Spanish chicken time. So I've got my Bessemer saucepan out. I love Bessemer. I find that being non-stick, it cooks really well, so go the Bessemer. So what we're going to do now for the Spanish chicken is a couple of teaspoons of olive oil and just pop them in the bottom. I've already preheated my pan. A couple of teaspoons, and always measure that, because I find that if you're just going to tip it in out of the bottle, it is too hard to know how much you're actually putting in there, so always use the teaspoon measures. All right, so the olive oil's in there, and our skinless chicken drumsticks. So we did skin those when we come home from shopping to make it a lot easier. Pull them out and they're ready to go rather than trying to skin them now. So into the pan they go. So this is about 1,100 grams of drumsticks, or 7 or 8 drumsticks that I've got in here. And I always have a tub of water, my sink with water in it, so I can pop the dishes in there straight away. Makes cleaning up a lot easier. So just let those sit there for a little bit, for a few minutes to cook away. You can see they're browning very nicely in there. So we'll just brown those up. A little bit longer. So when they're browned, all you do, take them out and pop them on a plate. Yep. Right, and then I've mixed in the diced onion and capsicum and garlic all in the one dish, so it's easy just to pop them in there, ready to go. And you can prepare this in the morning, like if you've got a busy day and you're heading off to work, it's always, you know, an option to be able to prepare them in the morning and have it sitting in the fridge. You come home that night and it's all done, and it's just a case of cooking it, which makes it very easy. So just mix those around. We're just softening the onion here a little bit, browning it up and softening it. So probably about 2 or 3 minutes that we'll be stirring this for. And when you think that's done, just pop in the spices. Now, again, I've put all the spices in together, because if you read the recipe first, always read the recipe first and prepare all your ingredients. Then you know what goes in together. Read the method on how to cook it, so then you know what you can group together, and it just makes it easier when you are cooking. So throw those in, give them a good stir around. And starting to smell absolutely beautiful. You can really smell those spices. So once they're done, we pop in the tin tomato, the chicken stock and the wine. Now, if you don't like to use wine in your cooking, feel free to replace that with just the same amount of stock, whether it's chicken stock or vegetable stock that you're using. You don't have to use the wine, but you know, it's always nice to have a bit of a tipple while you're cooking as well. But remember to count it. Okay, so mix all that together and then pop the rice in. So it's 1 cup of arborio rice. Mix it well. And then return the chicken to the pan. Just put it all back in there. So just pop them in. Just give it a little bit of a stir so they go in under. And that's it. The stove off and alfoil on top. Now I always put 2 layers of alfoil on here. I find that it creates a really good seal when you go and put it in the oven. Now I do know that people can put their Bessemer lids in the oven, but I just don't, because mine are quite old dishes, so I'm just not sure whether the lid itself will be okay in the oven, but I do like the idea of the alfoil because it does create that seal, and I know that everything sort of comes out really good with that double layer. So as easy as that, alfoil's on and popping it into the oven. In we go, 180 degrees for 50 minutes, and you have a beautiful Spanish chicken for tea. Right, well that's been 50 minutes. Our Spanish chicken is done. Okay, now carefully remove the alfoil from the pot. Be careful of the steam that comes up. Well, it smells absolutely delicious. Okay, so this serves 4. So let's plate up. Now, when we do a recipe that says serve 4, always make sure you've either got 4 people that you are serving, or if there's only 2 of you at home, have some dishes that you can pop into the freezer or into the fridge for leftovers or something like that. We've got the Tupperware dishes here today. They're a perfect size for a serve, so, but whatever you've got at home is fine as well. So we serve up, and it's 2 drumsticks in each bowl. It's always nice to have the bowls warmed a little bit as well beforehand. So we just do a bit at a time. So I'll put the 2 drumsticks in, and then I'll scoop a bit of rice on there and just keep going around, and then come back and start again, just to make sure they're all getting the same amount. And then start again, so you're making sure that everyone is being served the same, so serving 4. Now remember, if your husband, or if you can have a little bit more, well, you can always have 1.5 serves and make it serve 3. So just depending on how much you can have in a day. And there we have it. Spanish chicken, beautiful.